Hello everyone, Summon Bard here. Oh, you can call me Sully. It's the final stretch of Sulli-Ween, and I'm going over another request from Blue Koa as a belated birthday request. And it's an episode from a TV show I've never seen, but have heard the name of in another light. And this episode in particular is a weird one for me. First aired on ABC on May 3rd, 1997, is the 5th episode of Nightmare Ned entitled Monster Ned. Director Alan Smart had made an alright episode of Nightmare Ned, which is a Disney animated show created by Terry Shakespeare, G. Sue Shakespeare, and David Molina that aired on ABC from April 19th to August 9th, 1997, with alright characters, an alright story, and alright animation. In this episode, Ned Needlemeyer is getting tired of hearing the school class reports on their assignments of if they can beat anyone in the world, until it's his turn to give his report, which is to be the sea monster Gorpulon so that no one can laugh at him and, as he puts it, kick the kids' butts. But the class laughs at his assignment, and the teacher, Miss Bunt, sends Ned to the corner where he stares at the fish tank and daydreams about being Gorpulon, which is a Godzilla-like creature, feeling happy and getting what he wants, even as Principal Schneider expels the kids who made fun of Ned, until Abraham Lincoln, William Shakespeare, and Florence Henderson come to take Gorpulon down. While I've never seen the show, I have heard of the name before, as the title of the Disney Interactive CD-ROM game that I saw a commercial of on a VHS of The Jungle Book. And I thought it was only a game, never realizing it started as a TV show, and the game was meant to coincide with the series, but the looks between the two products are vastly different. Regardless, I have yet to see the whole show, but ever since I got the request, I was planning on covering all of it when looking it up, as it's available on YouTube, and it's only 25 episodes of one season. However, I didn't have time to go over all of the episodes, so I'll just stick with the requested episode for now, and cover the rest another time. And I can say that this episode alone is quite an odd one. I kind of get the premise that it's a show about a boy having nightmares that relate to his prior situations, and possibly learn something from it, at least from what I've seen from this episode, a completely different variation on the Chuck Jones character Ralph Phillips, who daydreams and gets carried away with it. But the way this episode goes is really weird for me, even though most of it takes place in Ned's dreams. It comes off more like a pleasant dream, as Ned's the monster he wanted to be, but it's considered a nightmare when he dies facing Florence Henderson. And I wouldn't call a daydream a nightmare if you're sleeping during the day. And some points felt like missed opportunities, like why couldn't Abraham Lincoln, William Shakespeare, and Henderson resemble the kids that mentioned them in their reports? It would have been more funnier and gave me more out of it. But I didn't get much of a laugh from it, although I did smirk or made a small chuckle a couple of times, especially at one point where Ned as the monster knocks over a building with his tail without knowing. And there's some odd choices regarding what goes on in Ned's dream, from Shakespeare calling and flying, using his cape as wings, to the school principal saying the chef is expelled instead of fired. Yes, there's several Godzilla references thrown in, which are alright, like Ned thinking the buildings are models, to having Mount Fuji in the background at one point. And by the end, Ned gives his report again, saying the person he likes to be is himself, which the class and he laughs about. But overall, I think the episode is alright, though much of it is due to how crazy and bizarre it can get, and I wasn't exactly into it. Yet, this is just one episode, an 11-minute episode of a 22-minute show, and hopefully someday, when I get to covering the rest of the episodes to review the show in its entirety, in a possible future Sulli-Ween video, I might get more out of it than just one episode. So this particular episode gets a 2.5 mixed jack-o'-lanterns. And that is it. So thank you for joining me, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you soon for the conclusion of Sulli-Ween.